Carolina, I think of sunshine, the seashore, and shells. But however, that's not the shells that we're going to be making today. These are the shells. So last night, I went ahead and I had the kitchen staff go ahead and cook up the shells. And these were actually Barilla. They were bought, you know, in the box. And we cooked them, put a little salt water, drained them out, let them cool, and this is what we have today. So when you prep ahead, it always makes cooking that much easier. I know you may not have the convenience of having people cook them for you, but honestly, just cooking a box of shells is really kind of simple. So these are all cooled and ready to be filled. So since it isn't typical South Carolina weather today, it's kind of cool, it's been kind of rainy for the past couple of days, and very untypical. This is going to be a really nice comfort dish. So I'm going to open the oven for a second, if Abs can bring the camera down here, and I'm going to show you this dish that we made. Now I just made her and I a little one. See that? And it's bubbling. But I'm going to show you how to make a family size one today. Tracker, say hello. Say hi, Track. Look. Say hi, Tracker. Even he's a little under the weather today. He's very quiet, but I think he's going to park himself right here, right now. So I might not be able to move that much. So anyway, I'm going to get going. This is just a couple of the ingredients. It really doesn't take much. Italian cooking is so versatile that once you have like one dish, you can make it many different ways. So we've made this like a lasagna, and we had spaghetti JJ, which was also chicken with spinach and Alfredo and stuff. And now we're going to stuff it into shells. So once you have one idea of something in your mind, you can keep expanding it to different pastas, which is really cool about Italian cooking. So the prep that you need is just a few bowls, a pan on the stove, and a casserole dish over there, and then you're ready to go. Of course, I got my coffee because I needed that. So the first thing we're going to do is, I have a pan warming here, and let's see, I got it going. Is this warm up? Yeah. Okay. Because we're going to make Alfredo sauce in that. And I'm going to show you how to make homemade Alfredo. So you don't have to buy the jar anymore. So it has two steps, filling and sauce. And then that's it. Oh, now he wants to eat because we're not giving him anything. That's all right. Okay, so first things first, I do have a little list of the ingredients. And look how small this is, because that's really all you need. And some of them are doubled. So once you have these few ingredients, which you probably have them in your pantry, maybe not the box of shells, but every store sells those. Then you can have this and just keep it in your little cookbook there, quick meals. So the first thing we have is 2 cups of shredded chicken. And again, this is from a rotisserie chicken. So, you know, how much easier is life getting for us, because, you know, we have this delicious chicken right here at our fingertips. Here, Track. Here you go. See if you can catch. Oh. Wow. That was an epic fail. Oh my goodness, okay. Oh boy. Okay, so I have shredded chicken in here. And then I also have, this was 1 bag of frozen broccoli, and you just steam it and then you just chop it up. So I'm going to add this in there. If you don't like broccoli, people always ask me, well, what's an alternative? You can use spinach, you can use kale, you can use asparagus. You know, all those good things that we always cook with all the time. So I'm just going to give this a whisk. I bought this yesterday. I went to lunch at Accent on Wine. It was a wine place where you go and you make a charcuterie board and have different wines with it. Yes, I was there at 11 o'clock having wine, but it was so good. And they were selling these little wooden spoons that I love, and it said, time to spice things up. So we're going to spice this up now, and we're going to put some salt and pepper, and I like to put some nutmeg in it because I like that warm flavor. So I'm just going to go a couple shakes of salt and a couple grinds here, if I can find the top off, of the black pepper going around. And guys, I just wanted to say thank you so much for all the support for the videos. When I was so shocked last week after I made the soup, how many people sent me pictures of them making it. It was incredible, and they looked really delicious. You guys are such good cooks. And how many people, we ended up with like almost 12,000 people looking at the video. So it was quite overwhelming, but I was really, really touched. So I'm really super grateful. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put in, and I left them in here because I wanted to show you that Italian restaurants don't use any special ricotta. We use the same ricotta cheese that you guys can get in the store. If it's not this brand, it's still the same, and I like to use whole milk because it's creamier and it's thicker. So this recipe calls for 2 cups of ricotta. So I didn't want to, take it out and show you. I wanted to leave it in. This way you could see, because people are always like, well, we can't get the same ingredients as you. Well, you can. We don't use anything special there. This is not the same ricotta that you use for cannoli, though. Okay, so that's 1 cup. And I'm going to put the second one in. And I am a fanatic of this cheese. I will take a bowl of this cheese and put cinnamon and sugar on it, and I would eat it just like this. I love it. When my mom used to make lasagna, I would dig my spoon into it and then dig it into the sauce pot and eat it like that. So I am a fanatic of ricotta cheese. You can use it for sweet or savory. It's just like mascarpone. Okay, the next is a ½ cup of just Parmesan cheese, just like that. We're going to put that in. And now, to bind everything together in this, we need to put an egg, because that's what gives it that dense consistency. And we're just going to mix this all together now. What are you moaning for, huh? One of those days, huh, Track? Did he get his walk today?
Yes.
Oh. Goes for a walk every day.
It was cold, but we did it.
I don't think he minds. No. I mean, I know it's chilly here, but I know everybody up north just went through a bad snowstorm. This would be a great dish for that. Okay, so you see, we're just going to mix it up, and it's a very thick consistency, which is what you want. You don't want it to be runny because you don't want it to run out of the shells while it's baking. You want it to just bake in there and get thick. Okay, so this is pretty much all done. So I see a lot of broccoli, there's a lot of chicken, and I'm going to put just probably about a teaspoon of nutmeg in there because I like that warm flavor. And I'm going to put that, and then the recipe calls for 1 cup of mozzarella cheese. So of course, shredded, you can get it in the bag already shredded. And I know this is like a 2-cup bowl, so I'm gonna leave half, because we're gonna use the other half to sprinkle on top when we bake it. Which, how can you do that? Not do that. So this is a 3 cheese. So we had the ricotta cheese, we had the Parm cheese, and now we have the mozzarella cheese. So when someone says to you, how is this a 3 cheese shell? That's how, that's the 3 cheeses. If you wanted another one, you'd have 4 cheese. Okay, so we're just gonna leave this sit for a minute. The filling is done. That's one of the hardest parts, is right there. Now we're gonna put this on. I'm gonna show you how to make Alfredo. One of my very first videos when, we all got shut down, way back, maybe April? We got shut down in March, but April I think was our first video. My very first video was Alfredo, showing people how to make Alfredo sauce. It's so simple. Everybody loves it. Sorry, Trax. Everybody loves it. It's just one of those sauces that's simple, but people don't think that it is because they're like, oh my gosh, it's Alfredo. I don't have all the stuff for it. You do. You can even make it with whole milk if you don't have heavy cream. So I am doing a stick of butter here, and I'm melting it in this saute pan. This is going to melt down pretty quick. I have it on like a medium heat, and then we're going to bring it to a boil when we put in a slow boil, when we put in the heavy cream. And now would be the time, if you wanted to put garlic in it, now would be the time to do that, to just soften it up and would infuse the butter flavor. But I really don't want to put that in there. So the next thing we're going to do is heavy cream, and it's one of these quarts of heavy cream. And again, we don't have magical heavy cream. We have the stuff right from the store. Okay, so this is all whisked up. The butter is all melted. And I'm slowly going to pour this heavy cream in here and whisk as I go. And when we keep it on low like this, and you keep whisking, you're putting in enough cool air into it where it's not going to curdle. If you pour this into a hot steaming pan right away, you're going to end up with sour, heavy cream. So you always have to start out low. And no, this is not a very, what do we want to say, diet friendly?
Yeah.
I mean, we got butter, we got cream, we got cheese. What are you going to do, right? You don't have to eat it all the time. You go to the gym, you work it off, you can eat it again. That's my slogan. That's not hers.
No.
I was never more healthy than when she lived with me. Now it's all going down the drain. Okay, so we have all of our butter and our heavy cream together, and we're just going to kind of raise the heat a little bit here. And what I'm going to flavor it. So again, I'm going to put in probably just put about a teaspoon of salt, and then some pepper. And if I did not put cheese in this, and I added flour to thicken it, you would have what we call a bechamel sauce. And that is used for so many things in Italian cooking. You just put the flour in there and the bechamel, and that's it. You don't need to put, there's no need to put the cheese in there. But I like the cheese with the chicken and the broccoli. So all of these flavors now are all together. And we're just going to let that come up to a boil. And when it does, we're going to add the cheese. In the meantime, I'm going to show you how to fill these shells. So this is Abby's amazing, beautiful casserole dish. I mean, it's
Kelly got it for me.
Kelly Myers. Where on earth? I'm telling you, Abby's getting the most beautiful stuff. Okay, I'm spraying it obviously with this stuff because I don't want it to stick. And now I'm going to get my shells. And like I said, these shells are cooked. I don't want to dump my coffee out here. Do you want to take this? Okay. So the shells are already done. And they may not be, all the same. But they're al dente, which is nice. And so you want to stuff them when they're with the opening. And then you want to put them just like this with the opening up. You put that down, it's all going to come out. So we're stuffing these. I'm just going to show you once that Alfredo gets done, I'm going to show you how we're going to finish this off. And this box will make, I think it's maybe 20 shells, 24 shells in a box, something like that. This was a lot because we're going to use this tonight. So we'll be busy stuffing when we go to work. And this is such an easy process. I mean, kids can help you do this. I remember doing this also as a kid. You could put like meat sauce in here if you want to. That's always a good one. If you don't want to do the chicken, just do the ricotta. Okay, let me show you now. This has come to a boil. So we're going to turn it down. And now it's just gotten a little bit thick, as you see. And now we're going to add the Parmesan cheese in. And we're going to whisk as we go. And I have one of my friends, Gloria, I'm not sure if she's watching or not, but she had made one of my Alfredos, and she asked me what kind of cheese it was because hers all stuck to the bottom of her pan. And I've never had that problem. This is just like one that we buy, an Italian Parmesan cheese that we buy at a restaurant. It's Supremo. I'm not sure maybe why hers stuck to the bottom, but if you keep whisking, see, Gloria, this will give you another chance to make it again. This way you can make it perfect.
Yeah, she's watching.
All right. I wasn't trying to call you out, Flo. I just remembered that you had that question. All right. This is done. So what I like to do, which isn't typical, in Alfredo sauce, but you know me, I'm a lemon fanatic. And do I have a knife here? You have a knife right here. I am just going to cut a lemon in half, and I'm just going to put a couple squeezes of it in there. Can't you smell this? Mm-hmm. Aren't they beautiful? I love lemon. Okay, I'm going to squeeze it through my fingers so I can catch all of the seeds. Okay. And we're only going to use one half. The other half we'll just use later. But it just makes it brighter and fresher. It just gives it like that really clean flavor. It's so good. I'm just going to turn this off. Look at it. Now that, guys, is an amazing Alfredo. You can definitely make this. It's like velvet. Okay, so let me just do a couple more, and then I'll show you how to finish it off. Because Abby and I are going to finish this once the cameras stop running here.
Oh, we are?
Yeah, we are. Maybe I'll give some to you and Anthony for dinner.
I made a pot roast.
Oh, wow. She has been cooking up a storm for me while my kitchen is down. I got like a Mexican lasagna. She's been bringing stuff to work. She's taking good care of her mom while the kitchen's down. I don't know. I might milk this for a while. I might say, no, you gotta cook me more. All right, so I'm just gonna do one row here and see how nice like they all fit in here together. And then you would take your Alfredo sauce. I'm looking for, I'll take one of these. So you just keep going. You fill up the rows. And what now you would do is you would take your Alfredo sauce and you just pour it over the top. Look how delicious. So you would fill up that whole entire tray. And then once you have all that on there, I'm trying to get that to stick. Then you take the rest of your mozzarella cheese and you just sprinkle it on the top like this. Even cheesier, guys. Look how amazing. And you are done. You put it in the oven, 350 for 20 to 25 minutes. And then it comes out looking like this.
Dang.
So, are we ready to take a taste?
Yes.
You know we do. Where's the blue plates? I like the blue. Alrighty. And I made just enough. She has all these sweet little casserole bowls. Not me. I got the old stuff. Alright. And a fork for you and a fork for me. How many do you want?
Just two.
Just two. And they're going to be hot, guys. So when you first take them out, it's just like anything else.
You always do this to me.
I'm teaching you to eat hot food.
It like burns.
You gotta learn. That's how food is the best.
It's worth it though. It's delicious.
Look at the crusty one. Isn't that great? Now, one serving, honestly, is probably about 4 shells. And I'm not kidding, because they're filling. They're very filling.
Right.
So people fill their plate with all these, they want more shells and they want more manicotti. And it's like, okay, just try it out first. Tracker, I so wish you could try this, but you can't.
Oh.
Well, I guess he is. Okay, I'm going in, guys. I'm going in for, look at the steam. But I'm good. It's not hot for me.
Uh-huh.
Very good.
Nice and thick. Ooh, that is good.
I taste the broccoli.
Me too. I was just about to say that.
The chicken. It's so good, guys. Please, you have to try this dish. It's the best of everything. You have pasta, you have meat, vegetables, cheese. And it didn't even take me long at all. It would take me 5 minutes to finish this dish. And you bake it, and then you're done for the day. And you have dinner for everybody. So you guys have a wonderful weekend. And if you want some of these, come on into Amici's tonight, and they will be the special. So you'll get to taste this delicious dish that we just made. See you next week.